समझ नहीं आ रहा अपने सैलरी इंक्रीमेंट का क्या करूं।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स के एसआईपी का टॉप अप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
क्या समझ में नहीं आया?
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स का एसआईपी टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
अब समझा।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.
Before I start this episode of Politically Correct, let me talk a bit about the previous episode that was on politics post Operation Sindoor. In the comments section, I saw many of you raising a few points about India's stance on the IMF's bailout package to Pakistan. I spoke about the Congress Party's argument that India had the option to vote no at the IMF Executive Board meeting, but it abstained from voting. I saw a lot of comments on this, although it was the Congress Party's argument, not mine. I think I should better share with you what we know. So here is the official reply from the IMF to questions sent by my colleague Apurva Bandhane. To her question about how the directors voted during the proceedings of the IMF Executive Board on the 9th of May, the IMF said, and I quote, "We do not comment on how executive board members vote." To another question, if the directors have the option to vote no, the IMF's response was, under the articles of agreement of the IMF, most decisions of the IMF Executive Board require a majority of votes cast. Executive directors can vote yes, no, or abstain. I repeat, executive directors can vote yes, no, or abstain. Again, on Friday, the IMF spokesperson was asked about the bailout package for Pakistan. Her response was, in general, IMF board decisions are taken by consensus. In Pakistan's case, there was a sufficient consensus at the board to allow us to move forward, unquote. So basically, we don't know what exactly transpired in the executive board meeting that day. We only know as much as has been told to us officially, that India abstained. I spoke to a former IMF director from India. He was also not aware of what happened on the 9th, but he pointed out the fact that India also represents Bangladesh, Bhutan and Sri Lanka at the IMF. We spoke to another person who worked at the IMF in the past. He said, and I quote him, "Countries by convention avoid a vote and abstain when they don't approve. This is because the management does not bring a project to the board unless it has the majority support, which actually means G7. That's all I have about the IMF voting. Before I move on to this week's Politically Correct, let me make an appeal to you. As you know, we need your support to sustain our journalism. So please subscribe to The Print. You can see on the screen how to do it, and the link is given in the description. Thank you. Now let's move on to Bihar and discuss why Nitish Kumar does not look very comfortable even after Operation Sindoor has given the NDA a big boost ahead of the elections. Let me take you back to October 2016. When addressing the JDU's National Council, Nitish Kumar had slammed the BJP for politicizing the surgical strike. And I quote him here, "The entire nation stands with you," the Prime Minister. "The entire nation stands with you as you are the Prime Minister. But what about those BJP leaders who have repeatedly used the strike to play politics?" That was Nitish Kumar. A couple of months before that, as the BJP was organizing Tiranga Yatras ahead of the 70th Independence Day, Nitish Kumar had taken a dig at that party. Those who never recognized the tricolor as national flag, he said, were taking out Tiranga Yatras. Much water has flowed under the Gandhi Setu since then. As the BJP took out Tiranga Yatras across Bihar for 10 days to celebrate Operation Sindoor's success, Kumar watched them silently and warily perhaps. The operation has brought springs to BJP leaders' feet. The 2024 Lok Sabha poll blow is a thing of the past. PM Modi has started taking his own name again. Modi ka thanda dimag, Modi's cool mind, and the hot sindoor in his veins. Modi सीना तान के खड़ा है, Modi chest, etc., etc. It was in his first public rally after the Pahalgam terror attack in Bihar's Madhubani, when PM Modi had vowed to punish the perpetrators beyond their imagination. The vow fulfilled, he will be back in Bihar this week on the 29th and 30th of May. The BJP's preparations for Modi's roadshow in Patna are in full swing. People standing on both sides of the road will be showering flower petals on him, as you saw in Gujarat yesterday. That's how a victor is welcomed. How will Operation Sindoor impact the Bihar election? Let's first look at where the NDA stood before this operation. Designbox, a political digital campaign management company, conducted a survey in Bihar last month. I got access to its report, which has great news for the NDA, and I'm giving you some of the points. Almost 60% of the respondents were very or somewhat satisfied with Nitish Kumar's performance as Chief Minister. Over 60% said that Kumar is fit to serve as Chief Minister for the next 5 years. Over 50% said the NDA is expected to win the next election. The NDA was the voting choice for almost 69% of the extremely backward classes, or EBCs, who constitute 36% of the total population in Bihar. The NDA was the voting choice for almost 40% of the OBCs, who constitute 27% of the population. India Bloc was the voting choice for around 18% of the EBCs and 44% of the OBCs. Among the scheduled castes, who constitute 19.6% of Bihar's population, the NDA was the voting choice for over 48% respondents, and India Bloc was the choice of 28% people. Over 56% Muslims opted for the India Bloc and a little over 28% for the NDA. Overall, the Designbox Survey indicated a clear edge for the NDA in Bihar. Mind you, this survey was conducted before Operation Sindoor. Nitish Kumar's principal challenger, Tejasvi Yadav, also had some positive takeaways from this survey. If elections were to be held tomorrow, 46.7% of respondents said they would vote for the NDA, against 35.6% who favor the India Bloc. About 14% of the respondents were undecided. If Tejasvi were to swing the undecided voters, the game would be on. For around 44% respondents, unemployment and migration are the most important issues in the upcoming election. Tejasvi's key plank in 2020, you may remember. What would make Tejasvi even happier is the survey finding that 63.76% people want the current government to be replaced. You may find this incongruous because a majority of respondents were satisfied with Nitish Kumar's performance. Those involved in the Designbox survey, however, told me that it's no surprise. One of them, in fact, explained it to me, and I quote him: "You come across many respondents who are okay with Nitish Kumar but still want his government changed. It's vice versa too. It's a lot to do with people's castes becoming the final determinant." That was the explanation given to me. Kumar has been the Chief Minister since 2005, except for a short interlude of 9 months in 2014-15. The yearning for change is understandable. How much of it can Tejasvi exploit? Can he beat the caste arithmetic that seems to be in NDA's favor today? We will find out in November. Amit Shah once told journalists, people in Bihar are so political, they sit at tea stalls and read the entire newspaper from the first to the last page. That was Amit Shah telling a few journalists. 5 months is obviously a long time for such political people to change their mind. But it's not just Tejasvi that CM Kumar would be worried about. The BJP says that the next election will be fought under Nitish Kumar's leadership, but the BJP is evasive on the question of Kumar becoming the CM again if the NDA wins. Nitish Kumar would not forget the big celebrations at the BJP headquarters in New Delhi after the 2020 poll results. The NDA had barely managed to cross the majority mark, securing 125 seats in the 243-member assembly. The reason BJP leaders were so rapturous that day was the fact that the JDU's tally was down to 43 against the BJP's 74. The BJP was the big brother in the alliance, finally. LJP Chirag Paswan, the self-proclaimed Modi's Hanuman, had fielded candidates in all the seats that the JDU contested. Chirag's LJP won just one seat, but damaged the JDU on 40 seats. Nitish Kumar was furious, but the BJP was rapturous. What if the 2020 results are repeated in 2025? The BJP had contested 110 seats and the JDU contested 115 seats as alliance partners in 2020. Given the JDU's strike rate last time, there is no way that the BJP would part with as many seats this time. The lesser the number of seats the JDU contests, the slimmer the chances of Nitish Kumar becoming the CM again. And if he manages to wangle it one more time, he may very well have to give a post-dated resignation letter to the BJP. I asked the president of a party, a BJP ally in Bihar, whether the NDA would give Nitish Kumar another term. He responded with a cryptic smile and said, "That's the elephant in the room nobody is addressing." Now that Chirag Paswan is back in the NDA, should Nitish Kumar feel safer? One never knows. Poll strategist turned politician Prashant Kishore can potentially do to Nitish Kumar in 2025 what Paswan did in 2020. Going by the Designbox Survey, PK's Jan Suraj party would be a non-starter. Only 2.7% respondents chose him as the preferred candidate for chief minister. About 34% respondents called PK's party a vote katua or vote cutter, while 27.4% found the party a serious contender. I don't agree with the survey findings about the JSP though. First, I saw that people were quite curious about PK when I went to Khagadia to interview him last year. It's possible that this curiosity does not translate into votes, but who knows. Second, PK was not a celebrated poll strategist for nothing. He would not be wasting so much time, energy and money in his political venture if his own surveys showed such dismal prospects. That's beside the point. As it is, PK is projecting himself as a third alternative in Bihar politics. For someone who aspires to become the alternative face in Bihar politics, downing Kumar should be a priority. On the face of it, PK's party should be eating into anti-incumbency votes and hurting Tejaswi's prospects too. However, PK's politics today is what used to be Nitish Kumar's politics in the 2005 and 2010 elections. Aspirational, development-centric. Nitish Kumar lost his mojo after that. Tejaswi Yadav wants to fill that vacant slot, but he carries over huge baggage from his father. PK is therefore better suited to claim the Vikas Purush's slot. If Biharis don't vote along caste lines, which many would say is wishful thinking, ahead of the Lok Sabha election in 2015, a BJP General Secretary had come across me in the Central Hall of Parliament. "We are sweeping," he said. Really, I was surprised. "Are you saying that you are beating Lalu Nitish combined? Why would the OBCs and the EBCs abandon them and come to you?" I asked. The BJP leader asked me when was the last time I had visited Bihar. I said about a year ago. He then turned to those sitting around us. Look at him. He does not even know how Bihar has changed. People there are talking only about development and double engine government. And here DK is stuck with caste. Ab tak caste mein phase hua hai. Even my media friends sitting there looked at me in complete disapproval. I found it better to leave the subject there. The rest is history. So if PK is confident that the Biharis will vote for development and their children's future, not for caste or religion, we can only hope against hope that he is proved right. Be that as it may, downing Nitish Kumar is certainly in PK's interest. For the BJP, 2025 offers a great opportunity to finally fulfill its long cherished dream of having its own chief minister in Bihar. It would only be grateful if PK could repeat what Chirag did in 2020, causing just enough damage to the JDU but not to the extent that the NDA falls short of the majority mark. For all we know, the ex-poll strategist must be hoping to emerge as the kingmaker at least. To cut a long story short, Nitish Kumar going down in this election suits everyone, from Modi, Shah and JP Nadda to Tejaswi, Chirag, PK, and you name it. As things stand, the Bihar CM must be confused about his political enemies and frenemies. That's all from me in this episode of Politically Correct. Thanks for watching.